It's trippy.
Really?
It's so trippy, yeah. Hello, I'm Obama. Hi, I'm Jillian Mercado, and I am getting up close with Cosmo UK. I think a lot of my friends would describe me as spontaneous, determined. I'm your girl that if you call me at 3 a.m. and say, hey, let's go to Alaska, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, let's go. Yeah, I'm their therapist without being a therapist. Yeah, I'm that girl. Oh, when I found out I got the role of Maribel on the L Word, I was in my first LA apartment. I think I was eating pasta, and I got a call from my agent, and she's like, guess what? This was after like 2 months of waiting, of not knowing what was going to happen. Yeah, and I found out, and I almost choked on my pasta. Yeah, so there's a scene in the L Word where I get to do my first sex scene ever, and it's one of the first sex scenes with an interabled relationship on screen. And it was really important for me personally, just because representation in general in the disability community is just far to zero. And even more so, sex is considered very, very taboo. It's something that people who have ableist mindsets believe that we don't have relationships, so we don't have sexual experiences, that, anything in the realm of love or relationships for that matter just don't exist for us. As like everybody, maybe some people just, don't have a relationship, which is fine. But just to generalize us all in a category that we just don't is very, very hurtful for our upbringing and for our mental state, to be honest, because we just don't feel desired by anybody. And there hasn't been really a moment where I've seen television and I'm like, wow, these like two individuals really love each other, and it's not so focused on their disability or how hard it is, or how this person is saving this other person by giving them this experience. So for me, it was super, super important, because I wanted to do it right by my community, but also show that it is important and it is necessary. We all deserve to be loved and to have that moment, on screen as well. I really, really want to work with Guillermo del Toro. He's like my favorite director of all times. I just want him to create me into like this like cool, iconic fantasy character and incorporate my wheelchair with it, because I think that no one has done that, or just like become like a kick-ass, like, I don't know, like I know they don't say this anymore, but like a Bond girl, or like somewhere action-y, or like Fast and the Furious 10, if there is ever that happening. Call me. I love cars. So yes. God, there's a few things that I think that I'm so grateful that I've achieved. One, just like getting into the industry and kind of showing the world that we are here. And by that meaning all my intersectionalities, being queer, woman, being disabled, and being Latina, and having that foundation to make, who I am. Without one of them, it's, I don't want to be working with the person, or collaborating for that matter. Just being on a television show, being part of the fashion community as well is such a great achievement. Just making my communities as proud and as heard as possible. I think the biggest misconception that not only the muscular dystrophy community faces, but just like in general, the disability community, is not seeing them as human or valid. It's not, not bringing them, part of the conversation, or not thinking about them when doing projects, brands, or just anything, to be honest, even like architectural, building, anything. Accessibility is such a big deal for us to get around. And I know that a lot of people have messaged me before saying that they are terrified of flying because they're scared that their devices are going to get destroyed, which happens. I think the statistic is 23 a day, only in the US alone. So that, that really hurts me. And I hopefully that through my work and the things that I do, this conversation becomes reality for a lot of people, and people just start, putting us in the forefront of their minds when doing anything. So I think that that's such a, you know, a huge misconception that I wish that people stopped doing. Yeah, so I got the opportunity to work with the metaverse, which is so nerdy of me to do, but I'm so excited that I did do it. It was a VR experience with this amazing artist who did this installation called Nueva Norte, and it was just full of like Latin flavorness communities just coming together and celebrating who we are, and it was awesome because I got the opportunity to like talk about my roots and talk about my culture and the spices that we bring to every single conversation and make it in a place where it's accessible to everyone. With the metaverse, you just need to plug it in and be a part of any conversation or any, situation that's happening there, and feel like you're part of some community, which was really, really cool. I know you like this purple and purple and purple. It's giving Prince, but like my version. I love mixing trends. I love just mixing pieces that just don't fit together sometimes, but also just wear whatever the hell you're comfortable wearing. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you look different from everybody else. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink what everybody else thinks. Just wear whatever you want to wear. If it fits you, it fits you, and that's really all that matters. We all love a unique style. I don't really get starstruck that much, but I was in a room, or not in a room, but I was in a corner of a room once, and I ended up with The Weeknd, Tobey Maguire, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Usher. And Usher was eating chicken wings. Even that didn't starstruck me. I think the most starstruck moment I had ever was meeting President Obama. I got invited to the holiday party at the White House, and I remember him going to everyone saying like, hello, I'm Obama, what's your name? And then when he came up to me, I completely forgot my name. I think it took me 15 seconds to be like, oh God, my name is Jillian Mercado, because he was so mesmerizing to look at and to be in such small, close proximity, and he had very soft hands. And Michelle Obama is like a goddamn specimen of an angel, and it was amazing. So I want to say that was the most starstruck moment I've ever had in my life. Besides that, I'm such a nerd and I love anime a lot, that I am terrified of roller coasters, even though I'm adventurous. I love heights. Get me to the tallest building. Like I remember when I was like 4, I went to the World Trade Center, being on the last floor, and I loved heights since then. But I'm terrified of roller coasters. Like I feel like I may slip out of the seat and give you a full Final Destination moment. That's what runs through my mind every time I attempt to go on a roller coaster. It would. I can't say. That's okay. I don't want to hint, but I still do very much work for and with my disability community, and they're always front in mind on anything that I do. So if there's any hints, it would be that. Although all my work is about that. But how about the community plus fashion? I am Jillian Mercado. Thanks for watching. See you next time.